Crystal, I loved your dancing backstage to the intro song.
It's such a little, I like it. It's such a vibe.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 12th and final, well, sort of final stream of the Storytellers Hearth Weekend Relay. We do have the closing chat after this, but this is your last chance to get productive. I have with me two very dear friends with a third very dear friend.
I'm lit!
Everybody, check off your bingo boxes.
Yes!
Would my very dear friends like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm in the hot seat. Hi, I'm Crystal. My channel is Crystal's Cluster, where I make a cluster of content ranging from whatever I decide to do at any given day. And I'm currently trying to see if I can do 4-0 drafts by the end of December, because I write paranormal fantasy nonsense, and I'm on a roll, except for the last 2 days. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
So my brain was like, you're going to do 4-0 drafts within the weekend relay. And I was like, Crystal!
I'm crazy. I may be crazy, okay? I don't know how 64K happened in 10 days, but I'm not that nuts.
You could do a double nano in 1 month. 100K in 1 month?
I mean, it sounds, the math works. If it happened once, that means it can happen again. That's all I'm saying.
Ugh, let me see if that helps. All the light is behind me, so. Anyway, I am Laura Nettles. I mostly write horror. I just got back from the park with the nieces and nephew and Roy and my sister, and we had a blast. So, yeah, I have done nothing productive today. So, we'll see what happens. Melon.
Hi, I'm Melon. I am trying to finish my bingo before the end of the write-a-thon, the relay. I am mostly into mayhem, murder, and magic when it comes to writing and reading. So these are my genres, I guess. And I post occasional videos. I try to be good at it, but there are some months that are emptier than others. What can I say? And that's it. That's me.
And you're also blonde again.
I've not gone to the hairdresser. It's just the sun and the fact that I used to be blonde, so it comes back from underneath, basically, without doing anything. So, yeah, I'm letting it happen. But this should be my natural color. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I'm not doing anything because I don't want to pay money anymore.
It's magic hair.
Completely understandable. I am Mars. I am your host for this stream, so you're on my channel where I post content about reading, writing, and other shenanigans. There's videos, there's shorts, there's streams, all that fun stuff. I'm the author of this book that I remember to get off my bookshelf. It is a new adult dark academia mystery, and the companion to this is actually coming out next month. So if any of that sounds fun, maybe subscribe and stick around.
When you're saying companion, it's not a sequel, is it?
It's not a sequel. It takes place in the same world, and chronologically, it's after Revelry in the Dark, but you don't have to have read Revelry to read the new book.
Okay.
Let's see what friends are here in the chat. Keiko and Essie and Some Deep Mystery. Hello, Lee and Holly and Green Ruled. Cool Gamer is here. Hello, Grayson. Got some excitement. The last chance to be productive during the event. You can be productive at other times if you would like.
You're allowed.
Last time in your life.
And hello, Steeg. And Shannon. Also, Lynn is here. Keiko's asking, Crystal, you're probably done with revisions of Immortal Masquerade already.
No, I'm going to go through feedback, but I'm probably not going to actually touch it aside from answering the feedback until after the rest of the zero drafts are done, because it's the 5th book in the series, and I still have to write the 2nd.
Steeg is correct. Spending time with nieces and nephews definitely sounds like a productive day.
True.
It was fun. Roy was after my niece's string cheese. So
Oh no, not the string cheese.
Oh my god.
Aw.
distracted by a stick.
Essie says, I've made an iced cappuccino and I've settled in to read A Clash of Kings because I finished editing Project Portrait during Holly's stream. Yay!
Nice.
That's so exciting. So I have 3 sprints prepared for us. We are going to do a classic Bees, Gaze, and Lavender Haze, which for anyone in the chat who might not know what that is, there are 3 timers made by our friend Writing Violet that for some reason the group has just decided they all go together.
Yeah.
So we're going to do those 3, and I have questions that I will put up while we're sprinting so that we can answer after the sprints while we talk about what we've done, if that's all right with everyone.
You're
Sounds
so
good.
prepared. That is all right.
It all happened in like the 5 minutes before we went live.
But you can maintain the illusion that you're very prepared.
All intentional.
Stieg says, I had my brother and nephew over for some waffles and hanging out earlier today. That
Love
sounds
that.
lovely.
Sounds lovely.
Wow.
I will pull up the first timer because why not? Make it full screen, and then I click that button. This is the honeybee timer, so it's just shy of 45 minutes, but I think it's close enough if you want to count it as 45. And if I click more buttons, our first question is, have you guys gotten any bingos? And are there any squares we can help you to achieve? That's
Yes,
going to be
if-
the goal.
If someone could accidentally call me a different name, that'd be great.
Okay, Stieg.
Perfect. That counts. I'm counting it.
Yeah.
And then I only need to get 500 words in one sprint. So I feel like this one being 45 minutes is probably a good one. So I'm going to try that. And I need to reach my weekend goals, which I think I will do. So, and then that's the whole bingo.
Amazing.
Wow.
It's almost more impressive that you thought of it last minute and still implemented it. Thank you. I will accept the compliment. So I'm going to press play on the timer, and we'll come back at the other side of these honeybees. And that is the end of our first sprint. I see we've had several people join us. Hello, Devin and Wallace, Sam, JK, RK is here, and Rowan. Welcome. I realized that I forgot to ask you guys what you were working on. So if you want to talk about that while you also talk about what you did during the sprint, that'd be pretty cool.
Yay. I haven't really been doing much. It's kind of a chill day for my brains because my brain's like, no. And what's happening? My computer's so weird. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. So I've been kind of like doing some like character-ish workshopping where I throw my characters into ChatGPT and see kind of how, like, kind of what I did with the Mortal Masquerade thing, just more character, less plot. And so I've been kind of screwing around with that because I can't brain today. So, and then that's all. Yeah. What was the other thing? That's all I've been doing today. I've only had 3 hours sleep.
Fair enough.
Laura,
I think you're muted.
Which is a bingo square, by the way, if
There you
anyone has
go.
that one.
You're welcome. That was totally on purpose. Yeah, so I had another story idea last night.
Laura.
Rest of us.
So it's actually based off of a fanfic that I like, but I'm making it original and changing it up a little. So yeah, I made 3 covers during that sprint. So and a mood board, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. It's for a secret pen name, so yeah.
Ooh.
We love a good secret pen name story.
Yeah. It's a little too spicy for the normal name.
Love that.
I love that. I'm currently working on a bunch of things at the same time because I can't, as usual, decide what I want to be doing. But over the weekend, I was working a little bit on doing like a light round of edits for one of my stories, An Office Full of Monsters, aka Lockhart and Beckett. It has had many names. I finished that round of light edits and then sent it off to the printer because I want to have the manuscript in front of me before I go into the bigger edits. So I'm calling it that draft 1.2 instead of 2.0. And during this sprint, I was rewriting the first chapters of The Art of Summoning Demons because querying has been slow and not going great. And so I feel like something needed to change. So I've been working on that. And I wrote 700 words in it. So I'm pretty happy.
Nice.
And I finished my beta reading as well of the second round of beta reading I was doing for Anna's book. So yay, a bunch of things.
Got a whole lot done. Wow.
Nice.
Feeling productive.
This entire weekend, I've been working on my project that I'm calling Cowboy Baby, which is short for I Want to Be a Cowboy Baby, based off of that really old TikTok of the old guy at the playground. And this is a sapphic supernatural Western book. So I've just been doing a whole bunch of brainstorming and stuff throughout the weekend, and then during this sprint specifically, I typed up a not so little blurb. It's like almost 500 words and looks a lot longer than I thought it would be. Just kind of giving an introduction to the story, and I shared that in the Troublemakers Discord server. And then I figured, you know what? I think I've brainstormed enough that I can start an outline. So I've got my index cards out, and I did 4 during that sprint.
Awesome.
Wow, that's so exciting.
I did not expect this weekend to be so focused on one project. My original idea was to make a wheel, and each stream, like, spin it to do a different project, and then Friday happened, and my brain is like, no, you're working on the cowboy book. And I'm like, I'm working on the cowboy book.
Like, okay.
I feel like the best projects are the ones that take you like that suddenly that you don't expect, and they just suddenly overtake every moment of your life. And you're like, oh yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Devour your soul.
Yeah. That's true brain rot.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what our friends have been up to. We have an answer to the question. I have 2 bingos actually, so I shouldn't complain. 2 bingos is pretty good. Nice. Sam's still reading through Wolf Song. You've got to be close to the end, though, because I feel like you've been really getting into it. 280 words for Holly. Chatted with my hubby for a bit, so I was a little distracted. And we had Becca join us. Hello and welcome.
Congrats on your thesis.
Oh my gosh, did Becca finish it?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! Excitement! That must be such a huge relief, Becca. My BF is currently in the animal shelter, getting a 3rd cat. What have I done? Doesn't sound like a problem to me.
My brain was like, you put him in an animal shelter? Like, what did he do?
Essie had to switch books to the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson because sometimes Libby controls my reading. Understandable. And we have a Sasha here. Hello. Some deep mystery. Am I working on anything? LOL, I'm looking at the tropes I extracted from my outline earlier and looking into ways I can use them to further develop my plans.
Woo.
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, go Mullen. Thank you, Sasha. I appreciate the encouragement.
I left a little cowboy hat emoji, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm going to read it in the next stream.
Amazing. Cowboy hat emoji is definitely going to be a big symbol of this project.
5 cowboy hat emojis on it for now. We can do better. Come on.
Wonderful. I'm so glad everyone likes my really crappy blurb that I wrote and then was like, this is good enough to send and didn't even read over.
I mean, I really liked the mood boards to start with because I'm a visual person. So I was like, this is great. I want more of that.
Thank you. I have to thank Katie Ann for sending me the good vibes because yesterday I tried to make the mood boards and they were terrible. And then I said, Katie, help me. And Katie's like, good mood board vibes. And then I was able to do them. So
it worked.
I want to at least be able to finish the new chapter 1 of His Immortal Majesty by the end of the day. 120 pages left in Sam's book. We'll finish it tonight. Good. I am excited for you.
Sam was getting very annoyed at all the angst in the last stream, so I don't know.
It was like over 60 pages.
On a Sunday night, I would just be like, I can't do this anymore.
I feel like there'd be a certain point where I think I would set it on fire.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Like, I can't. When Sam was talking about it, I'm just like the whole time going, burn it down.
Or you know, like that meme of who is it? Which actor is it? That's like throwing a book, like what the fuck, through the window, and it just goes flying.
I don't think I've seen that one, but I like the mental image.
It's from a movie, and I've never watched the movie. It's with Jennifer Lawrence in it, and I can't remember the name of the male actor, but he's the one who's like reading a book and then closes it and then throws it through the window.
It's extra, and I'm here for it.
Becca turned in the thesis yesterday, and I'm flying, LOL. Still have a week left, but it should be easy in comparison.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice, chill week to finish out your degree that you're getting, which is so exciting.
Heck yeah.
And Katie is apparently here with the good vibes. Hello. Were you lurking, Katie?
These look like she's doing this to me.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
It's been like 200 pages of the sad angst that sometimes that's the mood, but like very rarely is that the mood.
Too many.
That's when you're like on the fanfic sites, like, okay, I'm specifically looking for angst. Not like a normal story.
No.
You know, like how people will sometimes be like, I'm going to put on purpose sad songs to cry to because I need to cry. You know, like there's sometimes that feeling. And I feel like that's the kind of book you want at that moment emotionally, but not at other moments.
Yeah.
Oh, the cats all got adopted out of the shelter. Good for
by
them.
your boyfriend, or honey, I've got 100 cats.
Speaking of cats, I was talking about this during the break stream. So we have like a bricked up fireplace in the living room with like this really beautiful mantle over it. And on the mantle, there's some books. There's like a ceramic chicken that I got at the thrift store. And there's a little cluster of plush gnomes. My cat, Chloe, the big one, in the middle of the night got onto the mantle, grabbed one of the gnomes, dragged it all the way upstairs, and left it in the middle of the floor under our bed without us knowing.
Sure that it was Chloe. It wasn't the gnome that went all by itself in the middle of the.
You know, it could have been, but this does feel like a Chloe shenanigan. But like I went and I leaned on the ground to check if she was under the bed because she likes to go under there when it's really hot because it's nice and cool. And I'm like, why is there a gnome under the bed?
It just feels like The Sims, you know, with a lot of gnomes going around your house.
That's very fair. We did get a wholesome, lighthearted scene in the book, but I couldn't enjoy it because the scene started with a foreboding. It wasn't fine. It started out fine, I thought. No.
What a big room.
Sasha's coming in here with the Bradley Cooper Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes. It's a scene from that, even though I've never seen that movie, but I like it's such a famous meme now that I'm like, I've seen that. I just don't plan on seeing the rest of it.
I'll have to look up that clip. Katie has arrived from a nap. I feel as though I was summoned.
Good vibes. And then Katie arrived.
My stream magic.
Keep missing the start times of all the streams today. Sometimes that's just how it is. Fashionably late, like Malin was.
On purpose.
I maintain it was the gnome and she was defending Malin.
Yes.
I love that.
I know my cat pretty well. She's very much I'm gonna grab this and run. She loves stealing trash. So if you have like a crinkly candy wrapper or like chip clips she really likes, she's very good at picking them up in her mouth and very fast to run away.
The moment you said, I know my cat very well, I was like, but do you know your gnomes very well?
Maybe not. That's a very good point.
I would think of horror stories farming.
Yeah, just gnomes that wander around your house. Like, I would not like that.
No, for me, thanks.
Laura's about to write that next horror book for her.
Laura does not need any more ideas.
Yeah, stop it.
This told us about a night circus, and it's a fantastical night circus. So all the performers are supernatural creatures, and
That's fun. I have a circusy type story that is not on my priority list, so I made a list of 8 projects that I want to focus on over the next 3 months in the summer. And then I made a list of 8 other projects that almost made the priority list, but didn't quite. And one of the not quite priority projects is Caraval meets Spirited Away. And my Pinterest has been like, this is the one you should think about because it's just showing me all of these fantastical circusy photos. And I'm like, Pinterest, this is not what we're going for right now.
It's because the algorithm just remembers the last things you looked at. So it's actually really annoying that I should have 2 separate Pinterests because when I'm doing mood boarding for a story, I start liking all of these pictures that are going to be useful for that. And then I'm at work using Pinterest a lot for graphic design. And then everything that's showing up is like some hot guy with a sword. And I'm like, it's not.
Is that not what your clients want?
Probably not.
oh my gosh. So I was listening to music one day at work when we were all in the office still. And I had a YouTube playlist thingy going, and it was like an auto-generated one. So I hadn't seen these videos. And my boss comes up to me. So I go to the YouTube tab to pause the music, and it's people twerking and mushrooms twerking. And I'm like, what the flip? And my boss is like,
You're like, this was not me.
It's really funny though.
Oh my god.
I have not tried playing fetch. She's more of a play by herself kind of cat. Like we have the fishing rod with the little worm on the end, and Gremlin, the other cat, really likes playing with that. Chloe, completely uninterested. So, I don't know if she'd like fetch. I might have to try though. It's a horror movie.
Oh, is it?
There's a horror short film called Gnomes, and a family-friendly film called Gnomes.
Oh yeah, that's gonna make it confusing for families. You know, I guess people don't rent movies the same way they used to nowadays. But that would be really funny, getting the wrong DVD.
I would do that just to instill chaos. I would be one of those people who would totally switch the DVDs.
Yeah. I miss the days of like Netflix when they would mail you a DVD. It always felt so fun, like going like, did it come yet? Did it come yet? It's like, no, we're still gonna wait another day. It's like, but I want to watch my movie.
I don't think we had it in Europe because, like, I remember hearing that's the origins of Netflix, and they started that way initially. But I don't think we had that service. We just had DVD stores. We just went to.
I'm not even sure if we had it here. Or had it here.
I went to the theater once to watch Insidious 4, like the last key one. And so the credit, like the opening ads are all playing, and it's all for like scary movie. And then the opening title sequence starts playing, and you see a mom and 3 little kids get up out of the theater, and they're like, "This isn't Ferdinand."
Did they like go in the wrong?
theater?
Whoops.
They're
Traumatize those kids.
Oh my god. I feel like I've told this story before. I hope it wasn't to you guys, but like when I was a kid, we went to see this French movie called Le Bossu, which is like The Hunchback, and it's basically a what do you call these? A swashbuckler movie, like a swords and capes movie, right? And it's like a really famous story. Like it's been remade so many times. There's like 4 versions of it or something. And I went to see the one that came out when I was a kid with my family, and I left to go to the bathroom because I was a kid, and I was like, I can't, stay in the cinema the whole time without needing to pee at least once because tiny bladder. So left to the bathroom, come back and be like, what did I miss? Did I miss anything important? And like my dad and my brother were like, no, nothing at all. Years later, I find out I left during the bloodiest scene possible, which is the equivalent of Game of Thrones, The Red Wedding. It's essentially the same thing that happens in that movie. And I had no fucking clue. I just like did not see it. And I would have been traumatized had I seen it at that age.
Amazing.
Oh man.
It's like pure chance.
Bladder for the win.
Netflix and GameFly, yeah, you used to be able to rent games that they would just mail to your house and then you send them back. They had multiple tiers for how many you could rent at once. I remember when Netflix used to have unlimited screens, and now you have to pay like an extra fee if you want to watch on 2 screens at once, which is completely ridiculous.
Wow. Well, I'm glad I don't have Netflix anymore, and I'm not, because I'm always either here or in the bed with my iPad. So yeah.
When they did the whole like you could only have it for one household, or if you have to pay extra to have it for multiple like VPNs or whatever, not VPNs, but like whatever those things are. And so my sister couldn't use Netflix anymore because she was on the East Coast, and my mom has it here in California, but I could still use it in Canada.
Yeah, I did the same. I realized that as long as I was using my VPN, I could watch something at the same time as my husband, who is the one who pays for the subscription. And he was like, I don't want to upgrade for an extra screen because we don't use it as much, to do that. Mm-hmm. So turns out if you have a VPN, they don't know. So you can get away with it.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix anymore because I was using my parents, and then I got like logged out of it, and I texted my mom, and I'm like, "What's the Netflix password?" She's like, "I don't know. Text your dad." And I'm like, "Okay." I text my dad, "What's the Netflix password?" He's like, "I don't know. Text your mom." So neither of them know the password, so I can't log back in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Classic.
I miss the DVD days. It was happy snail mail. Plus, you didn't need 15 subscriptions to see something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got one with scratches.
Yes.
I own so many Netflix DVDs. Thank God it's streaming now. I had all my money invested in overdue DVDs.
The
Oh my God, Sasha.
the
So
DVD
weird.
shop that I used to go to rent DVDs when I was a kid is now a wine shop, and I'm like, if that's not my own personal growth as a person,
They did it just for you, Malin.
yeah,
We never had the Netflix thing where I live. We used Blockbuster.
Oh God, yeah.
Both of my parents used to work for Blockbuster when I was in like elementary school age, and then when I was really little, they worked for West Coast Video, which is a different video renting service that was like very tiny and went out of business, and then they worked for Blockbuster, and then that went out of business. So I spent many a days in my childhood going to work with my parents, and they'd sit me and my sister in front of the big TV at the front of the store, and we'd watch like The Incredible Hulk or something.
I still have my Two Towers themed gift card to Blockbuster in Canada. Like,
that's so
I took
cool.
it with me, and it's just nostalgia, man.
Mm-hmm. Plus, the new strategy to prevent sharing won't let me access it away from home because it wants to be on the same Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Normalize owning your own media again. Yes, 100%.
I agree. Yeah,
Yep.
I tend to try and find on all of the websites I already pay for the movie that I want to watch, and if I can't find it, I will go back to BitTorrent because I don't care. I need to see the movie, and I'm not paying for another subscription to something else.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a pirate-friendly channel here.
Okay.
As a creator, I understand that, one, people are going to pirate no matter what, and two, usually the people pirating are people who wouldn't be paying for it anyway, so it's either they don't enjoy the media or they pirate it and get to enjoy it. So, like, at least me personally, like, do I
Yeah.
want my book to be pirated? No. But if someone who can't afford to buy it is the one pirating it, like, girl, I understand. Like, I would rather you enjoy my book.
It's almost the other way around. Well, where for me, it's like I am so willing to pay to watch this movie, and I just can't find it anywhere. And it's like, why won't you give me the movie? So I have to download it illegally because there's like literally no other way to find it.
That's
So
a
I
very
wanted
good
to-
point.
Because they announced they were going to make a sequel with Cillian Murphy to 28 Days Later, and he's actually going to act in it. And I was like, I want to rewatch 28 Days Later. It's non-existent. It's on no platform whatsoever. There's even Reddit posts about people being like, why is it so hard to find? So I had to BitTorrent it because it's like, you can't find this movie. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, so the most expensive DVD Blu-rays I own are because they made the live-action Rurouni Kenshin films in Japan, and I wanted to watch them so badly when they first came out in 2012. And so the only place you could watch them was iTunes Australia. And I was like, I can't do it! So I went on a website and I ordered them from Japan. They
Oh my
shipped
God.
all the way from Japan, and I have my little box set of all 3 movies.
I love
Nice.
that.
Amazing.
I'm somewhere like in the middle where it's like if I love something, like I'll torrent it if I can't find it. Done. I did that with Crimson Peaks last week.
Mm.
I have that DVD.
I want that DVD. My entire video vault, all of the ones that I don't own. Someday when I have rich author money, the plan is to get all of that media in like physical.
Yeah. I do have like an external hard drive that has a lot of movies I downloaded back in the day because I'm like, these are mine now forever.
And hello, I don't think we said hello to you, but welcome, Sarah. Watching DVDs and Blu-rays on the PS3, but there are still ways to use them. A lot of laptops and stuff don't come with DVD drives anymore, and it's insane. You have to buy like a separate thing to plug in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Wendy's got a Blu-ray player, just don't have the space to store them.
But I'll say Gen Z's probably going to bring it back, or Gen Alpha, I guess, at this point, because they've already brought back like cassettes and stuff. You know, this is just we're retro now. Like everything we used to have in childhood is now considered retro.
Mm-hmm.
For the car, we didn't have a CD player in high school. So I had a cassette converter. So you put the cassette in and plug it into your MP3 player or your phone.
I love
and
that.
play it that way.
Yeah, Sam and I are on the same wavelength. In general, I'd rather people pirate and read my stuff than for them not to.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about big corporations that make movies. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I actually don't pirate.
$12.
I feel like I would never pirate a book because books in Europe are pretty cheap as well, to be fair, compared to buying physical books in the US, I think, from what I heard.
Yes, try to exhaust all legal means first. Fair enough. And good reminder that libraries exist.
Yeah.
So if possible, check out things legally. Check out your library, which doesn't even just have books. Most libraries nowadays will have like movies, even games for you to rent. I know the library in my hometown has board games that they can rent out to people.
That's
Like,
Cool.
libraries, fantastic.
Right.
Use your local libraries, people.
So our local library has a 3D printer you can use and stuff. But the only games they have that you can borrow are Wii U. It's like,
What? That's so specific.
So fun.
Random.
we have a Wii and we have a PS2 and like my sister has a Switch and they don't have any Switch games. It's all Wii U.
That's so funny.
Hello, Wallace. Welcome back. Oop. Came into my room and heard voices, and I was like, hello?
We're under your bed.
And
It's the gnomes. We're the gnomes under your bed.
are the gnomes under Wallace's bed, apparently. Welcome, Nia. Good to see you. Apparently, cassettes have come back.
I've been seeing a lot of TikToks of, youth, plural, bringing it back, so I guess so.
There is an artist on YouTube that I follow that does like horror lo-fi, and they sell their cassettes once a year.
That's
Ooh.
pretty cool.
That's cool.
One of the good things about being a K-pop fan is that they sell really fun physical albums, so I own most of my faves music on DVD. Yeah, I don't think you can see it. In the corner of my little camera there is my white cubes, and I have my handful of K-pop albums from when I thought I was going to be a collector, and in one summer I bought like 4 of them, and then I never bought any more again.
Nice.
Got Libby and Hoopla. More people using Libby.
Yeah.
Checking out an entire season of a TV show. Sam's library's got hotspots.
What are hotspots to learn out? What is
Like Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're little
okay.
portable internet hub things.
that?
You can connect to.
Oh, it just seemed like such a strange thing to rent out that I was like, oh, didn't think about that. But that is really clever, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We also got Canopy, which I'm assuming is another like ebook, audiobook type of deal. Yeah, lots of places, and yet there are still some things that are just nowhere, and it's insane.
Yeah. Like
It's a
20
riveting conversation, but I think it's time we get into our second sprint. So I have the second question for people to answer is, what have you gotten accomplished this weekend? What are you most proud of yourself for getting done? We are going to think highly of ourselves today. No beating yourself up if you haven't achieved your goals. We're only talking about the good things. And this is the timer. It is the 30-minute Pride timer because it is still June. So happy Pride to all of my fellow queers out there. Love you all. And I'll see you guys on the other side of these 30 minutes. And that was the end of the second sprint. We did have some people join us again. We had Magreta, hello, and Anna. And then we also had Holly hopping off after getting some great progress done, which is fantastic. So if you guys want to talk about what you did that sprint and also answer Q2 if you would like to.
Yeah. I've mostly just been playing around with this GPT thing that it's like you get to talk to characters from fiction. And so this little thing that I'm kind of screwing with is like I throw characters that I'm still trying to flesh out against characters I've heard of and see what kind of just pops out of my brain. And then I write it down. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's fine. But I'm starting to tank really hard. I'm feeling the 3 hours. As for the question, no. No to the first half. And I'm really proud of the fact that I've been mostly taking time off of doing brain things because of my 10-day craze. Does that count as not beating myself up?
I'll allow it.
We've swapped, I guess, order. So
Oh, yeah, Laura dropped out for a second because of her internet, but I can swap you back if you would like.
I don't mind either way. You might be able to tell that during the sprint I did my hair because
I saw your little picture down at the bottom, and I'm like, did Malin do her hair?
yeah, basically, if I do my hair before leaving the house, it falls back very quickly. So when I have to leave early in the morning, like tomorrow is my office day, so I have to leave at 7. So there's no way I'm going to do my hair and it's going to hold. So I tend to do it the evening before, and then it holds quite well the day after. So yeah, that's why I was like, got to do my hair tonight so that it's good for the office tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, I was working on a playlist and mood boarding at the same time. I'm not entirely finished with the mood board, but I will probably in the next sprint. And what I have accomplished this weekend and what I'm the most proud of doing, I feel like I've accomplished quite a few things because I've managed to do a little bit of everything, which is what I wanted to do. And funnily enough, the thing I'm the most proud of doing is finishing my IKEA kitchen unit that I needed to build. That took me like 3 fucking days to do because it was so hard. Because slow push, like the drawers that when you push them, they just slowly close. What are they called? Soft close or something? And yeah, so difficult to build and to make sure that it's like in line with everything. And yeah, so that's probably my most proud moment, I would say, actually, not writing.
Completely understandable.
Nice. Well, during that sprint, I made a couple more covers and went and heated up some chicken fried rice and was eating that. And continued on my brainstorming for this new story idea.
Laura, stop it.
Why not? I don't know anymore.
Embrace it. Let it shape you and mold you in ways you do not know.
Oh, it will. Yeah, so this weekend, I think I'm most proud of Friday night with the shenanigans that went down. So if you weren't on my stream while it was going down, my nephew, he's 5. He has a treasure chest that he keeps his most prized possessions in, so his little sisters can't touch him. And my mom works next to a See's Candy that has chocolate coins. So she put chocolate coins in one night, and my nephew was like, "Who did this?" So he wrote a note and put it in the treasure box. So my mom was like, "Well, shoot, dang, I gotta respond." So she pretended to be Holly Short from Artemis Fowl and has been pen paling and leaving chocolates in his treasure chest.
Oh my God.
But they're leaving to move to another state by the end of the month. so she's like, well, in the books, there's a ritual that the fairies do on the full moon. So she's like, I'm gonna do this ritual on the full moon, and then I'm gonna go back to my people. And so what we did Friday night, because it was the full moon, is my mother made fairy cakes, which are like little teeny cupcakes. I still have my wrapper. They're tiny little cupcakes. And so we had a cake plate full of them on a embroidered napkin and a handwritten note from the fairy and glitter everywhere and a lantern and rolled coins and an acorn for him to bury so that the fairy could get her magic back.
You'll
And
never
so-
get rid of the glitter. It's there forever.
It's fine. It's in the corner. It's in the bark. So, my nephew, we did this during the bath time. And so he comes down. He's like, I need to go find the full moon. So we went full moon hunting and then led him to the backyard. And then he saw the lantern and beelined it. He found it. And it was so sweet. So
That's adorable.
we had fairy cakes, and he regaled us with the tale over and over again and had us read the letter to him a couple times. And he shared the chocolate coins and the cakes, and it was just so cute.
It's
So-
sweet.
My heart hurts. That is so adorable.
My face hurts. This is making me smile too much. Stop it.
Yeah. So
Ah.
I was on duty to help set everything up and do some of the weeding so that there was a spot and everything. So yeah, it was great.
I love that so much.
He's a sneaky little dude. He tries to trick the tooth fairy all the time. He'll make fake teeth and put them under his pillow
Oh my god.
to try and get money out of her.
He's clever. That kid is
So-
going places.
Yeah, right.
The tooth fairy will leave fake money under the pillow in exchange for the fake teeth.
That's great.
That's really funny.
And whenever he does a Santa letter, he'll put it in the tree. And then my sister will like read it to me or my other sister. And we will write as Santa and mail it. And then she'll swap out the letters. So Santa writes back. And I was Santa last year. And so he asked me how my magic works. So I had to come up with Santa's magic system.
And we were like, this is a righteous dream.
I know. It was great. And since he's been here, he's started to get into writing books. So he and I wrote and illustrated a book together about the zombie tree and the king. So there's a zombie tree and a magic axe, and they chop down the zombie tree and turn it into planks of wood and build the king's new throne out of it. But the throne was alive. So it was
The
an
zombie
evil
throne.
throne, and it would whisper the ABC song to the king, so he couldn't sleep because it was stuck in his head.
Oh my god, fair
And it
enough.
turned out the ABC song was magic and made everybody sleepwalk. And the birds sent a letter to the lumberjack, and the lumberjack was like, I got earplugs, I can do this. So he put in earplugs, came in singing loud, and walked past all the sleepwalking people and chopped down the throne and saved the day.
That's amazing.
So that was the book that we made this week.
You gotta publish that, I think.
I love that so much for you, Laura. That's fantastic.
So that's what I'm proud of doing. It was very fun. Shenanigans.
I just did more outlining. I did like 5 more index cards, I think. My hand is really starting to hurt because I've been handwriting my brainstorming and now handwriting these all weekend. So I think I might be done with that for today. As for the weekend, what I've accomplished is a whole heck ton of brainstorming and some slight outlining. And I'm most proud of probably the fake newspaper image that I made earlier today, which was a headache and a half making it because the lines on Canva when you'd like add a line and you like extend it and stuff, it kept clipping to other items like my text or my pictures, and then I would like try to extend it and it was like going on an angle, and I'm like, listen, you need to not be doing that. But I figured it out and I think it looks really cool. So that's what I'm most proud of.
It does.
Looks
I love
awesome.
the imagery you found for it as well.
Thanks. Gotta scroll back up to wherever we last left off. Okay, here. Sam says for question 2, the answer is reading progress, but I'm most proud of parenting this weekend. We took the kids out to see Inside Out 2, have dinner, and picked up a library hold. Just seeing how much they have grown and matured with family outings fills me with pride. That's so lovely. Was Inside Out 2 good? I kind of really want to see it. And Katie Ann says, I got back into the Dragon Book Scrivy file and set up an outlining spreadsheet in the hopes of actually writing something in the future. It was low-key scary for me, but I'm glad I did it.
Crushed it.
Yay!
Nice. Wallace is currently editing, I don't know why that word is so hard, a vlog for a 20K in 2 days weekend experiment I did with Katie a few weeks ago.
Nice.
Very much looking forward to seeing that. Sam ate some food, then read some pages. I think we're moving past the angst.
Whoa!
I wouldn't trust it.
No. Messi used that sprint to take a dip in the local lake before a coming storm. Wow.
That's awesome.
And some deep mystery. Finished my outline. I think I've gotten some significant development done, more than it feels like right now. I'm proud of staying pretty focused most of the weekend.
Nice.
And, Becca's working on a dragon book and finished a mood board. Love that. I would like to see that if you want to share it. Essie edited the last 12 chapters of Project Portrait. Sasha made it to 30K in my YA and have been meeting my new goal of writing at least 1K a day for the past few days. I'm an underwriter and always prioritize 9 to 5 work over my writing, but no more.
Nice.
A lot of great progress. Greta has heard mixed reviews for Inside Out 2. Sam thought it was really good. If you hold the shift button down, Canva won't do that. I will have to remember that for later because I very much enjoy making little graphics on Canva. I spend way too much time doing that. And Wendy says, I heard Inside Out 2 was very good, actually. I want to see it too. I'll put away this question since we've already answered it. I saw the first Inside Out my senior year of high school, and it was all of the seniors. There's about 150 of us all in the auditorium watching it on this giant screen, and everyone was sobbing watching it when it gets to like the emotional bits. So It's like a very important memory of mine. So when I saw there was a second one coming out, I was like, hello, Inside Out 2?
I find that it's funny how long they take sometimes to get a second movie out. Like, I still have never watched is it The Incredibles number 2? Because it took so long for them to get it out that I was like, I've given up. I don't want another one now. I'm done waiting.
The technology improved greatly between the first and second one, but I still do enjoy the first one.
The first one was so good. It was just so fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, my dad texted me it's sometime last week. He's like, 8 years ago today. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, 8 years ago today. And then sent a picture of me and my sister at our high school graduation. So that was weird. I don't like that he knew the exact date that it happened.
Must have been
Does
a
he
proud
get
moment.
like a little memory photo thing? That's like, because obviously I have an Android phone, so I have Google Photos, so it will tell me like 3 years ago today, 4 years ago today, and then it just does the little memory thing.
My phone does that too.
I don't know. He's also just weirdly good at dates. Like he'll be like, 6 months and 3 weeks ago exactly, we were doing this specific thing, and I'm like, why do you remember that?
It was a Thursday, and it was 8 p.m., and
Literally what he does.
And you had just sneezed.
so detailed.
Inside Out 2 does have anxiety, right? That's one of the new emotions.
I think that's the orange one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maya Hawke, is that? I think that's who I saw voices anxiety. Yeah. Inside Out was the first movie to make me cry in years. Yeah, Bing Bong. So sad.
Yeah.
That was before I started HRT, and since then it's gotten so much easier to cry. But I'm glad I was able to then. Valid. Sam says, I enjoy how a lot of the Pixar sequels grow or progress through the characters' lives.
Yeah.
And yes, anxiety is an Inside Out too.
Yeah.
To shock absolutely no one, I have not actually seen Inside Out yet. But that, like, I heard that it is a really heart-wrenching movie, and I don't do heart wrench. I watched Marley and Me, and that was the last like cry movie that I've ever watched.
I would describe Inside Out as more like wholesome rather than just heart-wrenching. You know, like I feel like I don't like heart-wrenching movies either, and I'm not going to watch movies that are like about a dog dying or like a little girl dying or anything like that. I'm not going to watch these. This is still a Pixar movie. It's a family movie, so it's more fun. And then there's emotional moments, but they're beautiful emotional moments. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think you might still enjoy it if you give it a go.
Okay, I'll add it to the ever-expanding list of things I really should probably do and keep getting myself distracted.
If there's one person who hasn't watched a lot of things and should have, it's actually Laura down there, because we had this whole chat on her channel at some point about how she hasn't watched things like Buffy, which you would think the queen of horror would have watched Buffy the Vampire.
Yeah, right?
I've seen the first episode.
Okay, the first episode, at least there's that. But like, even I've seen Buffy.
True Blood, Laura? Have you watched that one yet? Okay.
Vampire Academy over here.
There
What
was
else?
a whole
Sabrina, Charmed.
Yeah. It was shocking more and more people in the chat. It was so funny.
I mean,
Addams Family.
I'm never going to be one to judge anybody's not watch list, because I am a serial not watcher and I'm Captain America. I don't understand that reference. But sweetie, I love you. I consider you one of my people. Fix it.
We need to have like a movie night.
I have seen some of Dark Shadows, the old TV show.
Dark Shadows is good.
I don't think I know what that one is.
Barnabas the Vampire.
They made like a new movie at some point with
with Johnny Depp.
And it's like based off an old TV show.
Old black and white one.
Yeah.
So I watched the movie in theater,
it's a
and then I
little
went
bit
back
like
and started watching the show.
Addams Family vibes. It's sort of similar-ish.
Okay. I do like me some Addams Family.
Yeah, I used to be obsessed with the new Addams Family back when it was a thing when I was a kid. That was like the only thing I watched for a while.
That. Sasha wants to make an intervention, which I agree with.
we say these because we care, my dear.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm totally fine with people having never watched really popular things, because I have never watched things like what was it? Like there was a Prison Break show and things like that were super popular at the time, because I knew that I would not.
Wasn't it Prison Break? Or what was it?
Prison Break. And
yeah, the Prison Break was a thing.
With the
and then the one where the guy makes a bunch of meth. What is that one called?
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. It's another break something. Never watched these because they're not for me. I know they're not for me. But the thing is, all of those that Laura has not watched are for her, Laura. I'm sorry, but like,
yeah.
I still need to see Hocus Pocus too.
That was
I am like conflicted about Hocus Pocus 2 because I read the sequel because it was a book, but I don't think I saw something about how the sequel movie is not the same as the sequel book, like it's just a completely different thing. And I don't know how true that is because I haven't watched the movie, but I'm like, why would they write the sequel if they're not going to make the movie the same as that sequel?
They did it with Star Wars.
Mm,
The Timothy Zahn trilogy was 8, 9, and 10,
that's a very good point.
or 7, 8, 9. I know numbers.
I like that. My immediate thought was towards the Princess Diaries. I was like, yeah, they're not like the books.
I've only seen the first one.
Oh
I
my
actually
god!
love the second one too. I love it.
It's so good!
I have finally seen Halloween 1 and 2, Alien and Aliens, Terminator 1. I've seen Friday the 13th, and I've seen the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nice.
Okay, it's my turn to disappoint you guys because the only Friday the 13th / Nightmare on Elm Street universe movie I've seen is Freddy vs. Jason. I haven't seen any of the actual ones. I've only seen that.
Crystal.
How about this one? Because we're talking about Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2. Me being the witchy spooky girl who likes all the things and has at least tried to stay watching all the spooky witchy things. I watched Hocus Pocus 1 and 2 when they came out, when Hocus Pocus 2 came out, I watched Hocus Pocus 1. I had never seen the Hocus Pocus at all, and Hocus Pocus is so up my freaking alley. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but you've at least seen Night Before Christmas.
Yes, I will watch it every Halloween and every Christmas. I cannot and won't be stopped.
Yes.
Entirely valid. Sam is excited and apprehensive about the second Hocus Pocus, but I think they did an amazing job bringing it up to date for a modern audience, and it completes the story and character arcs for the Sanderson sisters.
Nice.
So Hocus Pocus, I think, is a fine movie. I don't love it, but like I enjoy it. My older sister, super obsessed with it, and she's also a Disney adult. So I don't know if she still does it.
I'm
but
wearing a Disney shirt right now.
Yeah. She at least used to have like a store making handmade Disney ears.
Mm-hmm.
And so back in 2019, she took me and my twin sister to Disney for our 21st birthday and made ears for us. And she made a different set for each day that we were there. And one of the sets that she made was the Sanderson sisters themed because we were going late September. And she's like, it's practically Halloween.
Ookie Bookie is going on then.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same as you, Mars. I liked Hocus Pocus, but I'm not like... It was okay for me. But I always think it's because I watched it as an adult for the first time, because it wasn't big in Belgium and France as much as it is, I guess, in English-speaking countries, maybe. So I watched it quite late, and so I didn't have the same like childhood nostalgia that I think some people had when... I feel like that's a big part of it.
Yeah. One of the newer Halloween Disney movies that I really enjoyed was The Muppets Haunted Mansion.
That
oh my
one
God.
was so much fun.
I
was
haven't
very
seen
fun.
that.
I've not watched it.
It was way better than the completely live action one.
Of course.
See, I love the live action Haunted Mansion. The original, I never saw the remake, but like
I saw the remake.
Haunted Mansion, genuinely in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, but also I do love Muppets. So.
It's Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat going into the mansion.
And regarding sequels, yes, Sasha, and I am beyond fucking excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen it.
Really?
Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman as witchy people and shenanigans happen, and sweetie, you would love it.
You would love it. And I will say this, if you are like, should I read the book? Should I watch the movie? Should I do one, then the other? They're not the same. They're so very different vibes that it doesn't matter. Just regard them as different media, you know?
Yeah. The movie is like pretty accurate to the first half of the book, like deviates in some places, but it follows it pretty well. So I'm wondering if the sequel is going to be the second half of the book. Because the second half of the book follows the kids of one of the sisters. And so I'm like, that'd be perfect for a sequel.
Yeah. But the thing is, so I think both Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman said they were going to play in it, right? Again.
I have no idea. I've just seen sequels.
I feel like I saw confirmation that they were in talks about it. I'm like, they are going to be significantly older. This is a really old movie. Questions.
Got excitement for it. Isn't what's his name the shrimp instead of Rizzo in Muppets Haunted Mansion?
You're right! It's Pepe the Prawn, or whatever his name is.
What's his name? The shrimp? Pepper the Prawn?
Interesting. Is a
Same.
must-watch Halloween movie.
Every year. I have to. It's one of my favorites.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I only saw it like it was one of those ones that was on TV when I was younger during Halloween. So it's like my recollection is very small, but I know I liked it. So now I've got to add it to my rewatch list and my pirate list, which is so far 2 movies.
You know what other movies I haven't seen?
Oh no.
Do you have a
Halloween
list
Town
now? Are you
movies.
actually making a list?
You haven't seen any of the Halloween Town movies?
No.
That's so sad. They're so fun.
They are very fun. There was like a live, at some point YouTube was playing all of them back to back again and again and again for like the anniversary of them or something. I can't remember what it
Nice.
was. I was just like, I'll just stay on there for a little while.
So confirmed both in the Practical Magic sequel and also Winona Ryder is Lydia in the Beetlejuice sequel, which I'm
Yeah.
excited for.
I-
I've
herself
seen
as a mom.
Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
I want that. I cannot wait for the Beetlejuice sequel. I'm so freaking excited.
I'm
Who's playing him?
generally I'm not a fan of like sequels years later because I feel like a lot of like big studios do that just to get a buck and they don't care about the actual movie. But I feel like some of the ones coming out soon are ones that I'm like, maybe I'll trust that these are going to be good.
I also think there is some, like, when they just bring back something like Practical Magic, I'm like, how much money are they expecting to make from that? I don't know, but it's going to make all the fans so happy. Like, everyone is generally happy about it. There are some sequels that are there, like, let's make a sequel for this, and the fans are like, no, why? This was a good ending. Stop it.
Yeah, it's like nobody asked for this. Who the hell asked for it? There is quite a few movies on that list for me. Like, why do you exist?
Exactly. Like, The Mummy 3? We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to acknowledge that existence.
Yeah, no, it doesn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Indiana Jones 4? Never heard of her. Who's
Nope.
she?
I think there's like 6 Indiana Jones now.
Yep, nope, sorry, bye.
Yeah, exactly. They're either really nice or terrible with no in between.
Yep, fact.
All right, how about we get into our third sprint because we have passed well into the 3rd hour of this and I don't want to risk going over.
Let's do it.
One
Are you
last
doing my mood board?
question is, are you going to take it easy after this event ends, or do you guys have more plans for the last week of the month, writing or otherwise? So feel free to mull that over while we do our sprint. Oh, hello, Lisa, welcome. This is how I do the timers. This is the 26-minute Lavender Haze timer, and it's very purple, and I love it. So I will see y'all back after this timer. And that was the end of our third sprint. It has just started storming here literally in the last 30 seconds, and I'm very scared that my Wi-Fi or something is going to cut out. So, how did y'all do?
I played more with this character screw around concept, and apparently the robot is leading to some very heavy conversation, and it's actually hurting my heart, and I might cry. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I was still doing my little mood board. I'm not finished yet because I'm very undecided on some imagery because I want to make a mood board for the general project, and I feel like the imagery representing the female main character and the male main character are very different, and so they're not working nicely together. So I keep like changing my mind and swapping images. So that's where I'm at. But yeah.
I was tweaking the 6 options I have for covers. Yeah. So that's pretty much what I did the whole time.
Fair enough. I used that time to finish my vlog that I've been doing for this weekend, and I'm like, I might as well move my clips over and get my thumbnail done while I'm sitting here, so that's what I did. We had some answers to the question in the chat. Sam's got to make a presentation for the Author Tube Writing Conference, which is next weekend, so everybody put that on your calendars. RK says, I'm hoping to keep my momentum going, and the AuthorTube Writing Conference this coming weekend. Katie's going to take it easy today because Migraine City, but I'm hoping to get in a good work week. The goal is to outline Act 1 of the Dragon Book and write 10k in the Royalty Book. Lots of stuff going on. Wendy has a bunch of errands for today once things end. Then tomorrow I will hopefully sleep in, but then we'll be back on the project. Essie is participating in a readathon in June, so reading more books for that. And also going to a baby shower for a childhood friend on Saturday, and ignoring the fact that I have a doctor's appointment, have too much reading to do, I can't possibly adult. Understandable. Elisa's using the next couple of days to work on the same stuff using the relay replays that I missed, and they'll be hopefully going to Alabama for a funeral. Yeah. Did see that. My condolences to you and your family. I hope with travel and everything, it's not like everything goes smoothly is what I'm saying. Wallace got distracted by a video about the aftermath of Hiroshima. Tell me why I clicked on it. Why am I doing this to myself?
Wallace, sweetie. Gonna destroy your braids again.
Magreta couldn't think about story at all, so I just started Iron Widow by Shirin J. Zhao. I loved that book, so I'm excited that someone else is going to be reading it. Hello, Sasha. What made it to my... Good. 100k! Congrats!
Yay!
That's exciting. Well, nope, that's not Wallace, that's Sam. Good. I'm doing great, guys. 101 pages to go. Guess we're past the main angst and starting to heal? Maybe? This is supposed to be real romantic, I'm sure.
Hopefully. You deserve peace.
I was just watching happy videos about the War of the Roses, and then YouTube decided to rock my world in the worst way.
As it does.
Essie's still reading The Reappearance of Rachel Price. Katie got some sushi and salad for dinner. Sasha made it to her goal today. Probably gonna write a little bit more and then nap. I would say check out Shannon's channel for information because I know she's like the main person putting it together. SD Houston. I don't.
Literally authortubewritingconference.com.
It has a website. I did not know that. That's good
With the
to know.
schedule.
Follow Laura's advice. She knows so much more than I do. There's a lot of thunder going on, and I'm really scared. I'm so good. Sasha stroked out earlier. Yeah, Lisa, it's fine. I misspoke. There'll be no smoothies in the Alabama trip. Also hit 10 hours of work this weekend. Exciting! even exclusive of today, since this is the only sprint that I did today. And yeah, Sam was going to recommend the website, but Laura beat her to it. I did not ask you guys if you had an answer to this question. If you guys would like to answer, you can. And also, we should probably do outros because the closing stream is going to be happening in less than 10 minutes, and I don't want to upset our overlords by going overtime. So,
Speed round, combine the two?
go for it.
I'm probably gonna take it easy for a little bit longer. I plan on doing things, but I'm going to go lie down the second we turn off this stream. And I have plots and possibly even schemes because I'm trying to write 4 0 drafts, and by the time the end of the year ends. And my channel's Crystal's Cluster, where I make a cluster of content ranging from whatever the hell I decide to do at any given day. Mostly writing, mostly gaming, but let's be honest, I can't stop writing lately, which is great.
Nice. I am going to take it easy next week because it's going to be 27, 28 degrees in London, which might not sound hot, but although it's in Celsius, it's hot for London because London gets heavy, muggy type of hot. So I'm not looking forward to it. But next weekend, I've got some plans to see friends and stuff. So I think the end of the month is just going to be a little bit more chill for me. And then, July will be back into writing, hopefully. And I have been Malin Tries. I am trying my best every day on this stupid app that is YouTube to post videos. So there you go. That's
Nice.
been me.
I will probably finish reading Hell's Paradise Volume 8 and then continue on to finish the series. And then I think some naps are in order. Stay tuned to my channel. I will be doing a stay-at-home writing retreat for the entire month of July. So there will be videos on Mondays and Fridays because I'm going to be doing shenanigans during the week for my stay-at-home write-a-thon writing retreat thingamajig. And then every Saturday, a friend is giving me a challenge. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, it's going to be a time and a half. So, that's me.
Exciting stuff. I appreciate this, Jess, but also I'm genuinely scared that my power is going to go out because my lights are flickering. So I kind of just want to end the stream while I can. And this is a link to the AuthorTube writing conference. Thank you very much for getting that. My plans for the next week are going to be, I guess, finish this outline that I've now started. But my main focus is going to be doing the final copy edits on Project Jenny, aka Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, because I keep forgetting that I have announced the actual title, but that is my book coming out next month. It is the sequel to this one, companion sequel. It takes place after, but you don't have to have read the first one to read the second one. There's links to everybody down in the description. Check them out, click them. I don't know. I'm genuinely panicking right now. Thank you all for showing up, and I've had a wonderful time with this event, and I know that so many people have. It's been truly wonderful, so thank you to Jess and to Sam for putting this all together. Thank you to everyone who has hosted or co-hosted any of the streams, and also to the people who showed up in the chat, because the chat is where it's at. Like, it's so much fun talking to everybody. I'm gonna hit some buttons and end this. Goodbye, everyone.